Well, it's an Ebeggar video. I never followed this guy, and I really didn't care, because it all was very astounding to me that it even goes on. But you know, it's no secret that my Ebeggar series and why it developed because of Snarl. Um, just that simple. I asked some pretty simple questions, and guy ran his mouth, continued to run his mouth about my wife, and that was when I pretty much uh, said I'm gonna put something's got to become of that. Um, you know, I still get a little bit of hassle and called names um, from a couple of his little compadres. I don't care. It makes no difference in my life. You know, I'll just call him Deuce and a Quarter. You know, but that Elvis guy, Elbow. I stumbled on a video. I got an ant biting the shit out of me. I stumbled on a video of that guy standing on the side of the highway with his camera in front of him, begging for a battery, which is a lot of crap. Who knows what kind of scam that is, but via Snarl and that loser, I've seen tons of scams that I just thought were, beneath most grown-ups. I just standing out there asking for $100. Please help me. Please help me. Please, please. And then goes in his camper van and starts crying crocodile tears over it. And that proves my whole point of the beginning of the Ebeggar series was like, man, you got to work and save your money and have just a little bit of something, something set aside, uh, you know, even some decent friends throughout your life that if you needed 10 grand, call them up and they could send it to you, or $500, new motor, whatever it would take. But you can't go busting around all over the place and base your life on begging for money. I personally couldn't live like that. I couldn't live under those type of conditions and that type of pressure on myself. And obviously, some people do. And thus, the Ebeggar series. And I found it completely amazing that it continues. I think the guy got his channel cut for picking up some young kid or something on live video. He's a degenerate. I just a guy like that, or even Snarl, which would have been harder. Why can't that Elvis guy go to these towns and make it like the dirty job videos? Why can't you get on day labor and work 2-3 days out of the week, or go to a different state and pick apples, or go trim bud in Oregon, or whatever it takes to make some part-time money? You go up, you shake the guy's hand. Hey, I'm not on drugs, I don't drink beer, I'm traveling through, seeing the sights. You got a couple weeks worth of work for me on a construction site. And then, hey, can I take some video? That would be content. That would be at least something some people can relate to. They got TV shows about that shit all the time. But no, just to stand there and beg for money and go out and eat at restaurants and, So, of course, there's many more. I've see some big hairy looking dude living in the back of an old crappy van and talking about channel and subscriptions, and I think people are the trolls trolls are all over this guy because you're not got nothing to offer. And then that clown down here in South Florida, what is that guy? The Asian guy in a van. What is his? Oh, Denoy living in a van. The wife beater. That guy. Want to beat his kids up with a coat hanger, and then it's just, jeez. Hello, you two. What the hell are you talking about? Rice cooker meals in a van? I mean, dude, come on. It's a meal in a stove, in a van, in a house, a campfire. Man, how about go get a job? Hell, if I had $500,000 in the bank, Stacy and I would have been gone a long time ago. You know, instead I'm grinding it out and our money to go sailing, which seems like a dream anymore because I gave our Choi Lee to my oldest son and a motorcycle. I mean, you know, here you go, kid, 50 grand. I ain't got money like that to throw around, but I did it anyways, you know, mainly to get rid of him. Secondly, to help him out. Can he do it? Can he finally get off there and do it and not be a beggar? Can you do that? So, you know, our adventure on the boat isn't going to be like e-begging. I get the Patreon and I get all that. Help us if you can. Buy us a beer, all these channels. I understand it. It's perfectly legitimate. But to stand on the camera and beg and beg and beg, it just draws people to you that want to mess with you. And he must have zero conscience. Just like Snarl, begging for money. You know, the one I really liked is, a fan left this bottle of tequila in my cockpit. I just was like, gosh, do people really believe that shit? So when we go, the only money Stacey and I are going to have is whatever net assets we can liquefy when we leave. The business, the equipment, whatever that's worth in our house. Trucks. You know, Stacey ain't real happy about getting rid of that black truck, but I hate that black truck. It's can be problematic, you know.
Hey, you better watch your mouth.
Well, black truck might be around for a little while. Even though I seem to work on it all the time.
I help.
Don't ever buy a 6.4 twin turbo diesel Ford. Don't do it. Unless you got deep pockets. But anyways, back to the subject. E-beggars. Yeah, the more and more I get clued in on the internet and what's really going on, it just amazes me. But there's just a wealth of goodness also. There's a lot of people doing a lot of great things, and I guess support them if you can. But man, that eBeggar shot, I can't even watch his live stream. He is, okay, let me say this. At least that guy is so far out there with his nonsense, you can consider it entertainment of some kind. Well, but not to not work and save a little bit of money to the point where you need $100 for a battery. I mean, money gets tight around here. COVID, work slow. You know, I'm not standing out in the middle of the street with a camera begging for, you know, $100 to buy a sheet of metal. I mean, I don't get it. I never will understand it, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why things are taking so long. But you know, I'm not gonna beg for money. I can promise you that. I will. Stacey and I, the plan before I even really knew about YouTube or any of this, my plan was to have a nest egg, travel, get work visas, and work when you needed to, go away for the season, come home and pick up part-time jobs, save that money, get back on the boat and haul ass. You know, that's really, people get just too comfort sticking their hand out, you know. I would love to have a huge Patreon account and be so popular on YouTube. But that, you know, I'm an old fat guy. That ain't gonna happen. You know, unless you want to see my tits, I guess. You know, wear a bathing suit. That's what Billy told me, anyways. Oh man, that's about all I had to say. But I see it out there, and of course, old Snarl, he's ducked for cover. But I may forgive, but I don't forget. Put up or shut up, right? See you later, guys.